Alright, StreetGlow Lightstrike LED Undercut Kit, Performance and Review. I am Eric Roberts, also known as Aken. This is
Dan Ratchford, also known as Cornholio 788.
There you go.
First off, I'm the one who unpackaged it. First thing I noticed was the box is very small. A lot of Underbody kits are a lot bigger than this for padding, which is a plus. This one we did notice it was shaking around a little bit, which means there should be more padding there to protect the tubes, components, etc. As you can see, the tube is barely smaller than the box, which kind of worries me because when I thought about it, these ends here where the wire's going are going to be sitting on the bottom. And shipping, obviously, is going to get kicked around. That wire is going to be moving every single time. I think that might be an issue in shipping. When you open up the box, all the components are in between the tubes and underneath the tubes. Once again, there could be an issue as there was no padding in between the tubes. There was nothing holding the tubes there. It was just basically in the box. That could be an issue with shipping, like I said. It rattled in there. Will it be an issue for all kits? Who knows? The tubes themselves seem pretty durable, but it's an LED kit. Most LED kits are pretty durable out of the box. How strong the actual acrylic tubes are, we're not sure yet. We have yet to test that. The tubes themselves are D-shaped. They're very thin. They're about the width of my finger. So not that much bigger than my finger, and they're D-shaped, which makes nice for the low pro install. And if, let's say, you don't have side skirts, you gotta hide the tubes, but you can't aim them. For low vehicles, you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble aiming the tubes and keeping them and getting the best blow out of them. Round tubes is where that is the best. The first thing we also noticed was the brain box. Brain box is pretty small, easy to hide. We like that. The remote, nice and small, very cool looking. I like that. The antenna, kind of corny, but you know, reminds me of the old cell phone days. All the Underbody tubes plug in via S-video inputs, which are kind of nice. They're easy to use, but those pins inside the S-video connectors can easily bend, and I've had that happen on my TV, and then you almost got to get a new one sometimes if they break off. So there could be an issue there if you're taking it in and out. Some people install theirs, you know, move them around. Otherwise, wiring it up was fairly simple. Just plug and play, basically. Power wire to power, ground to ground, obviously. So very simple there. And that was pretty much just the first impression of the hookup and the boxing and the padding.
For installation, just a couple notes of interest. There is another extra set of wires here, these red, blue, and white ones. The red is an additional wire for the ignition, so it knows when your car is on. The white is for their door kit, so basically if your door is open, the Underbody kit will turn on with it. And the blue is for an alarm, so you can get the Underbody kit to flash with the alarm if you want to do that. Those probably not necessary for hooking it up because we didn't even realize they were there until halfway through when we were playing with it. So if you just want to test your kit, fine. The other issue we ran into when installing it, just playing around on the table here, was the remote control was basically dead when we arrived. So when we pull it out, it starts, push a button, the kit turned off. We couldn't figure out why. We let it charge for about 10 or 15 minutes, then once it got more of a charge, it started acting up again normally. So other than that, installation is pretty simple. The tubes are exactly 3 feet and 4 feet respectively for the fronts and sides, end cap to end cap. So you're looking at maybe, you know, 4 or 5 inches less for actual light sources. Other than that, they look like pretty much standard 5mm LEDs in sets of red, green, and blue, like most other multicolored infrared kits. So, cool.